Hey everybody, welcome back. So recently somebody asked me, like being yesterday I think, asked me if the little Hart 20 volt compressor with a 2-gallon tank and runs a max of 120 psi, if it would run air tools. Well, when I got done laughing, I thought, hell, I don't know, maybe it will. I've always just thought of it as an inflator, not much of anything else, but 2-gallon tank, I don't know. One thing I'm telling you, it's not going to run is it's not going to run a paint gun. You're not going to use something like this with it. It's not going to run that. Hell, my big compressor, 125 2.5 horsepower and 21 gallons, barely keeps up with this. So it's not going to run a paint gun. I highly doubt it's going to run this for very long. These are all my air tools. These are all bought over 20 years ago when I was still an auto mechanic. I quit auto mechanics when I was 40 and I'm 67 now, so they'll tell you how old some of these are. This is a snap-on 1/2-inch air gun. This is a Mac Tools little 3/8 palm gun. Used to love this thing. And this is another snap-on quarter drive air ratchet with a whip on the end of it. When I worked for Acura, I made good money with this thing doing timing belts on Integris. Man, I could do timing belts quick with that thing. And I also, just for sport and amusement, have a newer Harbor Freight Central Pneumatic brad nailer. So might work with this okay, but I don't think it's going to run any of the air. I mean, it'll run them, but for how long? 5 seconds, 10 seconds? So I have a little thing set up here. You'll have to excuse me. I am not going to be going outside and rotating tires or doing suspension work with this thing. It's 9:30 in the morning and it's already 100 degrees Fahrenheit out. So we're just going to do this real quick here in the garage. The compressor is on and fully charged, and I have a fully charged 4-amp-hour battery I'm going to put in it. Now, I'm going to be using a 1/4-inch coiled hose on it because my only other air hose is a 3/8 50-foot hose, and I don't think it's really fair to be expecting, well, I don't think it's fair to expect it to run something like that at all, but certainly not through a 50-foot 3/8 hose. That would be asking an awful lot of it. So, if I didn't mention it, I have already oiled all of these tools and taken them over to my other compressor and spun them up because they don't get a lot of use anymore. That's in, batteries in the compressor. Let me back you out a little bit. Batteries in the compressor. I'm going to switch it on. It's fully charged. And let's start with the brad nailer because I think that's going to be the easiest. Let me grab a piece of wood. So there's that. I've got this cranked all the way up. I don't know that I need 120 psi max on the brad nailer. Okay, here we go with the brad nailer. Am I getting anything out of there? Nothing's coming out. All right, let's figure out why nothing's coming out of the brad nailer. Okay, minor correction here. I thought it wasn't pumping brads in, but it was. It's pumping them in so deep you can't see the heads of them anymore. So I did about 6 or 7 while I was figuring that out, and the compressor ran down to 90 psi and tried to charge back up, and then I ran into another problem. If your air tool hose or your air tool leaks slightly, this can't keep up with the leakage. So it can never charge itself back up. I waited 10 minutes for it to charge itself back up and it couldn't. Unplugged the air tool, it charged back up in 3 minutes or less. So, but I got a thinner piece of wood. Here's a thinner piece of wood. Let me plug this back in and you can hear the amount of leakage, and then you can, So I got a fair amount of leakage here, but yeah, it has trouble keeping up with that. So let's do the brads. I don't know if you can see that. Actually, put that one together. So this has no problems running a brad gun at all. You're just going to have to make sure that your tool and your hose isn't leaking, or you're going to have a really tough time. Now, that little bit of leakage in that charging took my fully charged 4-amp-hour battery down a bar. So out of This has 4 bars of battery charge. It's now reading 3. So let's move on. Let's try the quarter drive. Hopefully the quarter drive doesn't leak as bad. Let me get the hose. I wonder if it was the hose leaking or if it's that brad nailer. Let's find out. Hose got... All right, I'm gonna let that charge back up. All right, this first bolt over here, I got this in the camera. This first bolt here I'm going to use with the quarter drive. This is 1/4 inch, 7/16. Sorry for you Euro guys, I don't do metric unless I absolutely have to, and I do not have any kind of a store of metric nuts and bolts floating around because I work on old American stuff. All right, this doesn't leak at all. Runs it nice and quick. Let's see how many times I can loosen and tighten this 1/4 inch bolt with it. I'm going to start by tightening it. God, I haven't used this thing in a long time. I know I should have got box end wrenches for this and I didn't feel like it. All right. This is awkward. And there we are at 90. Almost stopped. All right, you're going to have to stop and let it charge down. All right, that took my battery to 2 bars. And remember, I ran this thing for 10 minutes with a leak trying to wait for it to charge up when it wasn't gonna. Let's try this 1/2 inch bolt. This is my little palm gun. Sounds good at 120 PSI. Problem is, it's not gonna stay at 120 PSI for long. Let's tighten it. Nice. Loosen. I took it all the way off. All right, I gotta get the nut back. This thing spins really fast. See if I can prevent that from happening again. This is working better than that quarter drive. I didn't realize that quarter drive was such an air hog. Of course, when you're working in a real shop with a giant air compressor, you don't notice it. Yeah, this thing just spins so fast it takes the nut off every time. Well, this is working way better than the quarter drive. Shop. Alright, that's down to 80 there. We'll let it charge back up again. Okay, I had a 7/16 and a 1/2 inch in here. I think we already know what we need to know about the other tools. Let's go right to the 1/2 inch with the 1/2 inch air gun. Boy, it doesn't sound very powerful at 120, does it? Wow. I mean, it's running it, but it's not very powerful. Yeah. Okay, it charged it all the way back up. My battery is now at 1 bar of power. So, the question, will the Hart 120 PSI 2-gallon 20-volt cordless compressor run air tools? And the answer is, for the most part, it's not. I mean, if you got 8 or 10 bolts to take in and out and they're not ridiculously rusty or tight, and you have an efficient little tool like this palm gun, and you don't mind waiting for it to charge up a couple of times, sure, it'll do it. If you're running a brad nailer and you don't mind waiting a few minutes after every 10 brads for it to charge up, of course, this doesn't need to run at 120. 120 was too much. This probably ought to run down at around 80 or 90, because otherwise you're pounding the brads down below the surface, which might be what you want to do, I don't know. But for something like this, no. It doesn't have enough pressure, at 120 to really give it enough oomph. Now, maybe modern air tools run on 120 psi better than this old snap-on tool I have, but no, come on. Changing, rotating tires on your car or truck is going to turn from an hour job into an 8-hour job, and you're going to burn your little compressor up doing it. So no, get battery powered tools. I mean, go down to Harbor Freight, get the Harbor Freight, the Hercules or the Bauer tools. When you get the deal where you buy a battery and charger and you get a free tool, do that. I hated battery power tools for the longest time, but I'm telling you, I love them now. I won't hardly use anything else. They're just that good. Anyway, I hope this made some of you happy. Nice little compressor. Just use it for what it was meant to inflate tires and run brads and things like that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.